Hey, if you spent any amount of time in the fitness space, you've likely heard somebody say, that's not functional. Bodybuilding isn't functional. Powerlifting isn't functional. Machines aren't functional. But kettlebells are functional. Calisthenics is functional. CrossFit is functional. And then that begs the question, what do we mean by functional? Because if different styles of training can all be labeled as functional or not be labeled as functional, then the term starts to lose its meaning. And that matters as a man over 40 who cares about staying lean, strong, and capable for decades, not just today. If you're new here, my name is Aaron Kubitz. I'm the founder of Functional Aesthetics of Eau Claire. For over 20 years, I've helped busy guys get stronger, leaner, and more capable without living in the gym. And what I've learned over the years is that most training styles are not wrong, but most training styles are incomplete. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at what does functional actually mean and why most people misuse the term, and how to approach your training through a much more useful lens to identify whether or not it is the right fit for you and staying functional, lean, strong, and capable long term. So the problem isn't that people use the word functional. The problem is that they define functional too narrow. So if we zoom out for a bit and we look at the broad definition of functional, it simply means fit for the intended use, whether that's a hammer, a pickup truck, or your training program. A bodybuilding program is very functional for building muscle size. A powerlifting program is very functional for building maximum strength. A calisthenics or marathon running program is very functional for endurance. Each of these styles of training does exactly what it was intended to do, i.e., it's very functional for the intended use. So the problem isn't in using one program, the problem is coming from trying to apply and squeeze everything into one narrow definition. Instead of asking, is this functional, ask what quality or function is this method of training designed to improve? Because then we can evaluate our training objectively rather than emotionally. We can look at it and say, am I trying to improve power, speed, and agility? Am I trying to improve my maximum strength? Am I trying to improve muscle size? Am I trying to get a combination of these things? And then you can put together a program that fits the function that you most desire. And this is where the conversation changes after 40, because in your 20s and maybe even in your 30s, you could train without structure, you could go hard every day, you could get too little sleep, you could, overdo certain things, you could train as a specialist, right? And you could get away with it. These injuries, these things didn't show up until years later. Now, after 40, they start showing up a lot sooner. Maybe you built strength, you're still strong, but you don't move that well. Maybe you built some muscle, but you're stiff. Maybe you got a lot of endurance, but you're not really that athletic outside of that. You can run till the cows come home, but your strength, power, mobility are lacking. So after 40, the question is no longer what's the best training style. Instead, a better question is, what capacities do I most need to develop right now? What are my deficiencies? What are my deficits? And then design a program specific to addressing those issues. That's why I don't believe the debate should be bodybuilding versus powerlifting, machines versus free weights, or functional fitness versus traditional lifting. Each one of those things is a tool. The question isn't which one is the best, it's knowing when to use each one. Because it's not about getting better in one style of training. After 40, the real goal is how do I stay capable overall? Hey, if you're a man over 40 who still wants to train hard without beating yourself up or running yourself in the ground, go ahead and hit subscribe. This is the place where we talk about fitness over 40, where you train for fat loss, muscle, strength, and athleticism without living in the gym and without wearing yourself out. If you got value out of this video, go ahead and hit like so more guys just like you can learn how to train more efficiently, more effectively, get lean, stay strong, and perform better in life.